Not only are we here to help you improve in selling manufactured homes, obviously, but we also want to give you what you need in order to be able to move forward, move your career forward, advance so that you can do bigger and better things for yourself if that's what you want to do, right? Obviously. And so we want to make sure that we're providing you that as well. Tomorrow, we're going to get into the professional development part of it. And we're also going to get into, tomorrow, we're also going to get into making sure that we've got your goals and an action plan. And the other thing, the other great piece of this, let me see, in the event, 2 hours per night or three. Just want to, yeah, so it's 3 hours today and tomorrow, 5 to 8 p.m. today and tomorrow. Okay, let me get getting these people in. Perfect. Let's make sure we've got all this other stuff set up as we are going. There we go. Okay, so welcome once again to the 2025 Path to Mastery. Hey, and we'd really love it if you guys would be willing and able to turn on the cameras, man. Let's see each other. Let's all have a good time tonight as we move forward, and we're gonna sure bounce ideas off of everyone. Did everybody get their workbook printed up? Yes. All right. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. No, did you get it, Susan? Did you? No. When you signed up, when you registered on Zoom, there's a place on Zoom where it's there as well that you can download it. Okay. No, no worries. And what I'll do is I'm gonna also put it into the chat. I'll put the file in the chat, and that way you guys have it there as well. What is that? What happened here? What did I do? There we go. So files, your computer. Philip, how are you, Philip?
Doing great.
All right. I'm fantastic. Thank you, sir. All right. So I put it in the chat as well. It's a PDF file you'll be able to download. You can probably download it right now and go through it as we're working through these things as well, making sure we've got it all figured out. So we've got that taken care of. And let me just double check to make sure our first speaker is lined up for 5:15. Okay, and that's Doug Tolene. Doug Tolene with Champion Homes. He's going to be coming in. Doug is the customer experience director for Champion Homes. And I think it's very important that we all realize the whole thing, the reason that we do what we do is to be able to help people, right? We help them solve their housing need. But in order to help solve their housing need, what we're working on truly in training. Why do we get better on marketing? Why do we get better on the phones? Why are we working on all those things? With simply to be able to hey Jackson, can you check on who's checking in and all that stuff? Does it show you as well? And okay, we just admit him and let him in. There he is right there. Okay. So the reason we do all these things is so that you are able to provide a better buying experience. That's what it's all about. Especially nowadays with the way the market is, especially with the rates the way they are. People still are buying, people still want to buy homes, but now they want a little bit more, right? And when I say they want a little bit more, it's not like they're trying to get over on you. It's, we know that's part of selling, but when I say they want a little bit more, you're truly looking for an impactful buying experience. And for far too long in the manufactured home industry, here's the one thing that I realize is a constant. I've only been a part of the industry for 15, almost 16 years right now. But my prior life to that, I spent 15 years in the site built world. I used to design and build the homes before I got into manufactured homes in '09. The buying experience on a site built home is different than it is in a manufactured. And that's one of the things that we as a company are working to help change across the board. And people like Doug, that's his deal. If you go, you'll see we've got the both on Zoom, but on page 37, we've got his profile, and he's the director of customer experience for Champion Homes. And I'm sure he's going to dive into that with you guys and give you some info on that as we move along, because he and I share a very, very common desire to see that grow, the buying experience, how you guys are able to help folks along the way. So Doug's going to share some great information as far as from the manufacturer standpoint and how you, as a housing consultant or community manager, can do what you can do to be able to improve that buying experience. And so we appreciate Doug for being there. You see him on the screen right now, and we're going to get to Doug in a few minutes. But the book, like I said, so we've got everything in there. Just want to run through it. It's got all the table of contents. We're going to go through the time management, leadership, professional development, goal setting. We have a mastermind group. Those of you on here that are going to be here with us, you're going to be part of what we're calling the Path to Mastery Collective. It's a mastermind group that we're forming. We're going to meet every second Wednesday of the month on a Zoom call and make sure that you guys are on track. We're going to bounce ideas off each other. We're going to see what's working, what's not working, tweak some things. And we're going to bring other people in. We'll probably have Doug along the way over the next year come in and share some other stuff with us. But we're also going to get some other folks to come in and speak. But that's going to be another thing because we want to be able to build a network of like-minded professionals. We want you guys to have a network of people around the country. Even though you work for different companies, it doesn't matter because you can still share ideas. That's the great thing about true competition. Real competitors will still share ideas, bounce ideas off each other. But we know that once we're on the court, man, it's one-on-one and we're trying to take each other down. But we're still doing it professionally. We're doing it out of respect and appreciation for the fact that we're trying to all do the best we can to help people and help ourselves. So if you would, I want to go over some information. On page 3, we've got the overview, right? So in this event, we've designed it specifically for you. We noticed that you guys, and I include myself because I was on the sales side with you. I used to sell. I was a housing consultant. I was a sales manager, and I was a general manager in the retail location. And I'm going to say we right now. We're always the last ones to get for the bigger, or how should we put this? We are always the last ones to get the attention. I actually took it up with the president of MHI this past week in Chicago. We win at it a little bit, and I'm like, hey, you know what's fantastic? It's fantastic that we have these events, and we have great people like Doug and Camden coming in, and we've got Capco coming in. We got all these manufacturers talking to these owners and these upper management and whatnot about the great new product that these guys are putting on, and you're talking to them about the financing and how they need to take advantage of the financing. Why are we never talking about the sales teams out there? Why are we never in these conferences addressing the Joes and the Phillips and the Kyles and everyone else out there that is on the sales floor making it happen for these companies? And so we figured upon ourselves. That's why we put this event. We're working on something big, huge for this in the spring in 2025. I've already made the executive decision that this deal that we're doing today, okay, we're going to be promoting it all year long for next year. We're going to be working at it. We're going to do it live from Phoenix. I don't know how, I don't know where, but I'm going to be in Phoenix, and I'm going to rent a place, and we're going to do it live. We're going to have people come in, and we're going to just make it a big old party. And we're going to have some people come in and be a part of it. And we're going to grow this because we're going to start doing these things for you, the frontline folks, man. I'm here to represent you. I'm here to carry that torch for you and make sure that your voice is being heard. And so that's what we're putting on this because we want to help change the sales culture in the industry. And you guys, especially those of you that are joining us here at the beginning of all of this, we definitely want to make sure you're taken care of. And so our objective, our mission with this is to be able to empower you. Okay? Empower you with those skills and time management, leadership, professional development, and goal setting so that you can make sure 2025 is a great year. We already know there's some changes that have happened in the administration. Some people, however you may feel about it, some are great about it, some are not, right? But what we do know is that the buzz is already being felt. However you decided to vote, but it's still happening. And so we want to grab onto that. We want to make sure that these, not just 2025, but beyond that, are the years that you grab onto this and really run with it. Okay. And then we've got some information there in that third paragraph about the mastermind. We're going to talk about it more at the end of tomorrow as well, so that you can get all set up for that. Like I told you, it'll be the second Wednesday of every month. We're going to be doing it at 7 p.m. Central Time. So we would love for you guys to start marking that on your calendar. The first one will be January 8th. So we're going to be doing that one live from Portland because the team and I will be in Portland doing the training over there that week. But that's the first one. But like I mentioned before, we've got Doug Tolene. He's our first speaker. He's from Champion Homes. Doug's the director of customer experience. He's the leader in manufactured home and modular home construction. He's been with Champion for 28 years. 28 years. All right. He's the director of customer service. He's got an MBA. He's also a lifelong learner. I love that about this guy. Okay. I love having conversations with him. And so he's not only educating on the efficiency and affordability of modular homes, but he's also taking torch on bringing leadership and through the entire manufactured home industry, and that's why he's. And when I asked him if he'd be a part of this, he's always up for things like this, and I really appreciate you, Doug, for doing that. So, with no further ado, I'm going to turn the stage over to Mr. Doug Tolene with Champion Homes. Hey, man, I appreciate you being here with us. Thank you, sir, very much. Doug, you've got the floor.